Good morning. Well, I am at it again up early in the morning. This is part 2 of the block star that I'm creating with my swap fabric. So I have gotten all my blocks to this point. I am going to create a line over my square because it's going to be a flip and stitch square. So I take my pencil first and line it up at the corner and then move my ruler. And I just go down. This board that I have here, I actually made. It's just a piece of cardboard and I glued on some sandpaper to it. A sheet of sandpaper. Let's see. Let me put this up. So yeah, here we go. So you could see. And then I'm going to come this side. And I'll tell you why I'm doing this. Because it's a stitch and flip. And there's a very large piece I'd be cutting off. I'm putting this second line there to make an additional half square triangle. So again, I'm putting one of these squares down. And this here is one of those wonderful rulers that you would put like this and then on either side if I was making half square triangles, but I actually like it because it's a 1/2 inch width. So I go ahead and line this up here, and then I can go on the other side and make another line. It's just easier. Oh wait, but it did go through. The good thing is because it's sandpaper, look, I've made a mistake. I see it happens to everyone. And I actually can erase it. And it's like it's never been there. And one last time. If you do not have one of these, you can use a regular one. This is a 1 inch. And then again, if it's a 1 inch, you would come, find your spot, draw your line. But then you would have to move it to the 1/2 inch line, a 1/2 inch, because you need 1/4 to cut from here and 1/4 from here. So that's why we go in 1/2. So those are 2 ways of doing it. Okay. So once we have that, we're done with this. And as you can see, it's just a piece of cardboard that I glued on a piece of sandpaper. Here is our finished squares. So we are going to put the stitch and flip on the side of the square where the 2 fabrics meet. So that would be here. And we would put the stitch and flip here at the end where the 2 fabrics meet, but where the double line is facing towards that little like triangular edge. I at this point think it's nice. You don't have to, but I like to pin at this point. And then I'll go to the other side since each one needs 2, and I will do the same. I will make sure that the double lines are facing towards the tip, that triangle. Now here, what I like to do is put one in the middle so that these don't fly away. So now I'll be doing that once more. So I take the edge that has the 2 colors, put where the 2 lines meet going out, not in. Again, I pin so I'm a little far away. Flip this over. Again, I would not put it like this. I want those 2 lines, see the 2 lines, to be facing towards the tip. Put that there. And then I will take my center one to keep these from flapping. Just keeps it a little sturdier. And again, the 2, because if you put it here, you're going to get a different kind of pattern. So you want to put it here. We're going to take the stitch and flip square that I marked, and we're going to the stitch and flip marked square And I put this in for added security. Here is another one. And so this can be made scrappy. So when I swap fabrics, it is a 10-inch square. So it's basically like a layer cake. And so this was layer cake. This was a layer cake that I use to create this. Jenny at Missouri Star, I believe she uses a different cut of fabric than the layer cake, but I figured out how to use a layer cake. All right, so here's another one, and put this down. And I put this over. If you go over to the Missouri Star page on their tutorial of Black Star, their older one, because they just did a newer one using tinier pieces, you can get measurements from there, or you could buy the pattern. I just don't feel comfortable giving it to you as it's not my pattern. But I will say that I did go ahead and use a layer cake. She used a different one, a different pre-cut than I did. I just made this layer cake work, and it actually worked out great. And here we go. And our last one, again, I'm going to find the two ends that do not have the same color, have the two colors. And I go ahead and I do this. I love to chain piece. It just makes things go quicker. And I do find that sometimes pinning, especially something like this, you get more accurate results. All right. So I have them all pinned, my little pile. And now I'm going to come in here and set my machine. And when I sew this, I want to make sure, let me put you over here. Let's see, let me move you over. There's some over here. There we go. You want to make sure you sew not necessarily on the actual line, which is right here, but just a couple of threads over towards what's going to be the half square. So you're not gonna come a couple of threads on this side, you're gonna come a couple of threads on this side. So when you fold over the fabric and iron it, you will have more accurate results. And so I go ahead . So we're going to make pretend that I ran them all through. Then we would come here. I like to use a thread cutter. And then you come in and you thread cut. We're just going to do 4 blocks right now. Then I'm going to take my pile again. I'm going to go to the other side. I'm going to make sure that I am sewing just a hair. I'm not sure what my machine's doing here. Huh. It is acting. There it goes. All right, now the next part. Again, I'm going to come in, cut these apart, move this over. Now I'm going to come in for my half square triangles. This is a bonus piece. In Jenny's video, she uses it as her border. I'm actually going to use it and create a block to go around a panel. So these cut-offs, I will not be using it as the border. Well, I shouldn't say I won't be, but I'm thinking about not using it as the border. I'm thinking about, I have this panel that I'd like to do something with. So I'm thinking about somehow incorporating these cut-offs in our panel, either creating them into a double pinwheel or just a scallopy looking border. Okay, so I did that. Now I'm going to come in. This is how you would chain piece. Things go quicker. Now from here, I'm doing my last stitch on this block, which is that last stitch and flip corner, which will be our added bonus half square triangle block. Alright, and now I do have this pad down here in which I could use instead of marking, but I honestly find that I have more accurate results by just spending the little bit of time and marking the lines. All right, so now I have those done. And then I come in and I start removing pins. All right, and then we're going to go to the ironing board. Here, of course, I have my iron off. It'll get hot pretty quick. So I had done a bunch of these already, and these are a big, big pile of cutoffs that I have already. I have not ironed them. All right, so here we go. We have one of these. Move it so that is in. All right, my iron is hot. I am going to set it down, set the seams. I come in here gently and press. Come over. Make sure that it goes all the way to the edge. Press. Set your seams. Come over. So it's pressed and pressed. As you can see, I'm not doing this kind of motion because that would distort it. I'm setting the seams, flipping it, pressing it. You can see, if you look right there, you have a perfect corner piece right there. So, all right. Again, if you look here and here, it's perfect. I didn't cut off the tip. All right, now we're going to go back to my sewing area. Now, I like to do it this way, but you can always use a rotary cutter. Come in here, flip it over, and rotary cutter it. I don't like to do that. I just use the scissors, and I just cut. So let's see if I can get that on camera. I flip this piece over, open it kind of back up, and I take my scissors and I come right across. I just eyeball it, like 1/4 of an inch. Just eyeball it. The reason why I iron it before I cut it, because you can absolutely cut it beforehand, is I want to make sure that this right here, this tip is not cut off. If it was cut off, I would actually unpick the stitches and seam rip it, and then go ahead and re-sew it so that I didn't cut off those tips. So I didn't not cut off, but sew those tips. All right, so we're just going to do this many. All right, so this is, so we're going to then come over here, and as you can see, I have some of these like this, and I come over here and I start to place them. I first placed them randomly and I didn't like the way it looked. That's just me personally. And then I did, hold on, let's find one that I am looking, oh, of course the one that I want, I didn't sew. All right. All right, so I am looking for my pile. I'm looking through all these that I just sewed. And I'm looking over here, and I would like, so if you notice, I put some light colors, like colors, not light, but like I have one that's going to go there that's red. I have this one that's going to come here. I just, of course, didn't sew that on camera. I have actually, no, I don't have that one. Let's see if I have, I can put this one. This one looks a little bit like the ones that are there. So I could put this, I just flip it around and rotate it until I get to what I like. And that may stay there, may not. Then I'm going to come over here and I look at this dark tip, which tells me I may need another dark tip. So I take this one, let me put you here. There we go. I'm going to take this one that has a dark tip. And mind me if you see my face, it's too early in the morning to do makeup and everything. There we go. So I've put that in that place. And we have this other spot. I need to put some down this spot here. So, oh, I did find something. So theoretically, this one would go here. Once I sew it, you see how those 2 points kind of match there? And then it's like a Jenga puzzle. Or then I would put, oops, I'm showing you. Let's see, put you on here for a second. I am putting some on the wall here just so that you can get an idea. That hasn't been sewn yet, but that one would go there, and that one would go there. And then I would put the best to put with that brownish, tannish looking one there would be this one here I will pick. And I can put this tannish one there. So it kind of mimics the tan. Do you see what I'm doing? And I could also then put like this one here because it would also mimic that other side. So this is just some ideas. And when it's all together, I will take some pictures and put it on my Facebook group and maybe have it also for you to, the next time we're together, see it. I will be working on a new project here shortly after this one. It will be using laundry basket fabric and also a laundry basket pattern. So I will be making that shortly. And here we go, Block Star. It's in its works. So everyone, all I can tell you is today is to love yourself, pass it forward, enjoy life to the fullest, and if you like my channel, subscribe. It costs you nothing, just subscribe. Also, if you like the video, hit like. It helps me out tremendously. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.